All right, so 2-octave scales. If you have worked on Etude, then you have done a 2-octave G major scale in first position. No shifting involved. So let's go through that first. If we're doing this, what is going to be a little different, first we'll do it straight the way we know how to do it. I am going to put a clicker to it so that we are able to do it at a particular speed, and then we're going to do a variation on it. So here's our clicker, and we're going to do 1 note per bow, which we can do that with a 1-octave scale, so we'll just continue. If you remember, we start the 2nd octave starts with that G, A, B, C natural, touching 2. So our D is far away, open E, F sharp, G, touching 2, and that's where we end. Remember, our scales are named after our beginning and ending notes. So G major scale, we start with a G, we end with a G. So our fingers may feel comfortable ending on a 3rd finger, but our scale needs to end on a particular note, which is this 2nd finger. Here we go. Right, make sure that your knuckles melt, that there's a little bit of a tug here with your bow hair and the string, so we'll have a big sound. Tuck your elbow under so that your fingers are on the G string, and we're ready to go. Ready, and touching 2, touching 2. Here we go. Now we're going to descend. We're going to go backwards. We're going to repeat our touching 2 G. Ready, and 3 alone. High 2, F sharp. Excellent. Okay, so we just did 2 octaves. Our 2nd octave, oops, let me turn this off. Our 2nd octave feels a little different than our 1st octave. But if you've done Etude, this is a scale that you've been working on for a while. And then the minuets. And the 2nd half of the book is all in G major. So we've gotten comfortable with this scale. And even the arpeggio. All right. And then if you've started book 2, we do a tonalization with that arpeggio and do like a little fancy something as we come back. Now what we need to add to that, if we want to move up in the ranks of the junior fill, is slur 4 notes. Okay? So you can play 2 octaves, and that takes you to a certain level. If we add shifting, that takes you to another level. If you can slur 4, that takes you to another level. So now at first, it may seem like, oh my gosh, 2 and 4. But no, because think of how quickly you do perpetual motion. Think how quickly you play Etude. The more comfortable you get at a piece, the faster you go. You are probably going faster in those pieces, faster than 60. Okay, so they say slowing 4 with a quarter note equals 60, or the metronome at 60. It could mean something like this. All right, and we can practice doing just the 1st octave. How would we do that? How would we get better? Because I'm sure I made that look pretty simple and easy, right? Like, what? So we turn off the metronome so we don't necessarily feel that as a pressure of time, like I got to get them all in there. We got to get the fingers to feel comfortable. We're sitting down. Move the bow slowly so we don't end up using all of it. Like, oh no, I still have 2 more notes to play, right? Slow bow. Make it feel sunk in. Remember how we melt? And then pull slowly. Now, I'm not getting a crunch. If you're getting a crunch, it's because you've rosined your bow so well. Mine needs rosin, which is why I'm not having a hard time with a crunch. So I'm going to keep it unrosin, so I don't have a problem with the crunch. And then our fingers are going to sit down. Open G is one of the notes. There are 4 notes. Open, our first finger, our second finger, and our third finger. G, A, B, C. G, A, B, C. And you do that, I don't know, roll the die, 6. You know, I always pick the biggest number. And then if I've decided that of course, if you get 1, you roll again. If you get 2, you multiply it. That's my new thing. And then circle, and again. Circle, remember your bicycles? Circle. And all your fingers, right? Excellent. And then we get, those are the bicycles, right? And then we do cardinal swoops. Now that's at the very tip, but we could do a modification and start kind of in the middle, or we could start at the tip, or whatever your arm length is. Remember, I don't really go to my tip when my hand is right at the frog. And you swoop on the D string for D, E, F sharp, G, and then swoop again. And you know what this is? This is practicing 2 things all at one time. So you're doing your cardinal swoops, or your bicycles, and you're practicing a scale, and you're getting slurs. That's like already 3 things all in one. How awesome. No, 4 things. Let's not think about it. But there's a lot of things that we're working on here. And then we put it together. Voila, we already have half of the scale with those slurs. And it's going to work the same way when we also go down the scale, right? So let's practice those. I don't know if it's going to be a down bow or an up bow. So how about we practice downs and ups? So we'll do from our C on the G string, which is our 3rd finger, we're going to go 3, 2, 1, 0. So C, B, A, G. And we're going to be peeling off our fingers, and we're just going to go down bows and up bows. So set them down again. Set them down again. And if they're not popping off, do you remember the fireworks? Right? That's because those muscles have gotten a little bit unused. So go surprise the rooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Run to another room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And do that every day. I don't know. Surprise like 3 rooms at least. Okay? And then those opening muscles where you are letting go, or your fingers are releasing from the string, are going to get stronger. And this part of the practice is going to be so much easier. You setting down is not going to be a problem. It's the picking up. You want them to pop off. And it'll take probably just a few days when you immediately realize how awesome your fingers have gotten in popping off. And we'll do the same thing on the D string. So set 1, 2, 3, and then pop off. Set them down again. Set them down again. And down. And of course you could do your circles. And circle. So you can get those in. And circle. And then of course you can do your swoops as well. And you're getting all that practice in all at everything. Everything is getting worked on. Is a beautiful thing. Then we can try to do just this 1 octave up and down. Did you notice that I stopped my bow? After the 4, I stopped. I I rolled over to the new string. I did those 4, and then when coming down, I stopped my bow, started the 4 descending, the coming down, the taking off my fingers, and then I stopped my bow, rolled over, set my fingers, and then did all of that. So I do make it like a little process. It sounds a little bit, shall I say, it sounds a little bit mechanical, a little bit technical. It doesn't sound delicious right now, but I'm making sure that it's not sloppy. So we want to make sure that it's clean. Then we can work on making it yummy and delicious. But first, we want to make sure that it's clean. Yummy and delicious and sloppy doesn't look so delicious. Think about it. If you have this cake and it is a mess, like it looks, somebody maybe stepped on it and somebody tried to cover it up, do you really want to eat it? I mean, did somebody step on it with her shoe? I don't know. Kind of looks like it. It's a bit messy. It's like, but it's cake. But it could have gravel in it. I don't know. It's a judgment call. But that's what music is like too. You got to have it clean, and then we add the yumminess. We add all of the beautiful yummy flavors. So now let's talk about the second octave. Same idea. This second octave is, excuse me, a little challenging because you saw how clean we did. Da, 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 da. We ended on a G. So our second octave, we have that G ringing, but we're not starting on a G. We start on an A. So we're going to do an up bow G, and then we're going to start our next set of slurs. So we're going to play this G, and then, okay, so up bow G. So we know that's our beginning note, or our scale. Oh, tickle. Okay. I have a smoothie right here, and it has seeds, and I think one of the seeds got stuck. Okay. Sorry. So up on G, so we hear our tonic, our first note of the scale, and then our slur. Remember, oh sorry, my finger just popped up. But it's our touching 2 with our 3, and we gotta get comfortable, right? Now I am going at the speed of the 60 click. Da, 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 da. I'm doing jellos. Jello, 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 jello. I'm not going da 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 da. 4 notes in 1 click. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. So here we go. We hear our G, so we know that's our scale. Okay, I don't know why my first finger is picking up. Sorry about that. Okay, so that was it, right? We can't really do circles because I've got that one up bow. Although I guess we could do... That works. Just making sure that our knuckles always sit. And sitting knuckles. And of course our elbow is doing that circle too. Bicycles, right? 2 equal circles, not, I wonder what they called it. I should research that. Remember that big circle and the little baby circle? Not that one. Okay, so then we've got to do the upper ones. Swoop, swoop, and we're going to do our G, and swoop. Oh, that first finger, I just saw it from the corner of my eye pop up. We don't want to be doing that, but my finger keeps popping up. I'm drawing attention to it because I want you to not do that. Bad habit from a long time ago, guys. And then swoop. You want to make sure that tug. I did it! I got my finger down. I feel so proud of myself. Okay, so we did that, and now we've got. Do we have to do this? Oh. Okay, we've got an issue here because one, two, three, four. Because we get up there and then we have to come back down. Well, that's what it is. Down go. Circle. Sit. Melt. Sorry, but not your violin. Okay, well, I'll melt it. Just your knuckles melt. Good. Now let's do swoops. And swoop. Good. Alrighty. Well, let's put that together. Our up bow. And there it is. So we finished getting up there, and we did our turn coming down. Whew, that got complicated. And now from our open E, that's going to be our descending next set of 4. Making sure you're landing on your 3 alone, please. So that your 2 can pull toward your first finger, right? Oh, I think my violin whined there. Yeah, I'm playing it because I'm feeling that. I hope you're playing it a few gazillion times to feel that change from E and setting up your, doing our little tilt, our rotation to set our 3 alone and making that smooth, right? Wowzers. All right, so we've done da-da-da-da. So we finish on a B, which means our open A is up O. And we're going to do another rotation to our G on the D string. And up bow swoop. Can we do that right? Or should that be a down bow? So your bow can go this way while you go this way. And from open D, open D, oh, and meet up your violin. Ooh, that sounded nice because my violin came up, my bow came down. So it was like, you know, two lines intersect there. Oops. Ooh, I like that. And of course, the G is going to be all alone. Wow. All right, well, let's put it all together. It's going to take some time, and that's okay. But this is what it'll sound like. Let's hear the clicker. Here we go. I like it. I like it. I think I used to do a turnaround. prefer the other, to let the G be alone at the end, saying, I just played G. So let's hear that. That other turnaround works great when we're doing 3 octaves and we're going to do accelerations, which actually we kind of just did when we do the 1 octave single bows, and then we do something like this where we do slurs. And we're essentially moving faster because the quarter notes we're moving 1 bow per click, and here we're playing 2 notes per click, right? But we're slurring 4. So here we go again, slurring 4. After many, many days, maybe even weeks, this would be your final product. Ready? And. And an airplane, right? Because we want to leave that G. It's still ringing for me. I love it. I love it. Okay, so there is the 2 octave journey slurring 4 in 1 bow. Can you do it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Does it take work? Sure. But what hasn't with the violin, right? And that has made you a stronger person. That has shown you that work does produce results. Not always immediate, but it does. And it makes you stronger, more diligent, more persevering type of person. And you enjoy what you do. And you're creating beautiful, beautiful music as a result. And this is a new way for your left hand and your right hand to work together. So if it does give you like a little pain right about there, you're like, ow, it's a good thing. That means you're growing. Maybe you got another little wrinkle in your brain. It's a good thing. A major, same type of idea, but let's do a different video because this G major video, 2 octaves, was long enough. See you for A major. Bye.